It is a great day to be alive, and I am so thankful for God, Jesus Christ, who lives in us. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about where are we now on the market crash timeline. I'm going to also be sharing a new XRP dream towards the end of this video. So much has transpired since the last video that I posted, giving the dates of August 6th and October 17th as new dates on the market crash timeline. I want to begin this video with talking about the August 6th timeline date. Before we get started, this is not financial advice. Nothing that I'm sharing is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I am simply sharing dreams, visions, and interpretations that I feel that God has given me as it relates to crypto and trading. And now, let's get into the video. I want to first start by going back to market crash dream number 3 that I had on July 9th, where I felt the Lord was telling me, no, the market crash will come in the 3rd and 4th quarter. One of these market crashes will not be for the U.S. market. And we found that out on August the 5th. And for me, I saw news about this. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning when I saw what was going on with all this with Japan. And so the video that I was watching was showing that this video had been put out an hour prior to. And so I figured that this must have gone down a little bit before 12, maybe 11:30, 12 o'clock our time. And I'm using the word our time for a reason. Again, the timeline date that I felt God was showing me based on a dream was August the 6th. And this dream can be found in this video. The title of this dream was Baltimore, Ohio. And in this dream, there was an individual, and I found out that his birthday was on August the 6th. And that date became one of the 2 dates that I placed on the market crash timeline. So what we have to keep in mind here that I realize is time zone. We have to keep time zone in mind. So what about August the 6th? Here's the best way that I can explain it. On August 5th at 11 o'clock a.m., it is considered to be 12 o'clock a.m. August the 6th in Japan based on their time zone. Japan is 13 hours ahead of us. So on August 5th, 11 a.m. in the U.S. time zone, it is not Bernard's birthday. However, if you were to step across this line and to go to Japan at 11 a.m., it is now 12 a.m. August 6th in Japan. And whose birthday is it? It is Bernard's birthday. And so although it's not Bernard's birthday in the U.S., technically it is his birthday in Japan. And we know what just recently happened with Japan. And so technically Bernard had a birthday on August 6th, not in the U.S., but in Japan. And therefore, we witnessed a 3rd quarter market crash, just as God had showed me, a 3rd quarter market crash, except it wasn't for the U.S. stock market or markets. It was for the Japan markets. And so now it would make sense as to why God was telling me that the market crash would happen in the 3rd and 4th quarter, meaning that one is not for us, it is for another country, but it will affect us in some way. So one crash down, one to go, and I feel as though this 4th quarter crash will be for the U.S. markets. And again, that 4th quarter date is October 17th, 2024. So again, there's so much that God has shown me with this timeline. But for this video, I want to go back to the date of May 23rd, 2024, because that connects to this August 5th / August 6th date that we had this market crash for Japan. And on May 23rd, Sister Sharon from Now Daily Bread, she did a video inquiring of a dream that I shared with her, a dream that I had about her, and I shared that dream. It's also the day, May 23rd, was a day that the Flower Moon event took place. And so we're going to park right here really quickly, and I'm going to try and show a connection, or the connection that I see now. I didn't realize it then, but I see now as it relates to what has just recently happened on August 5th, and I'm going to say /6, during the Japan market crash. So on May 23rd, Sister Sharon went live and she began to share a dream that she had. And this dream was about the flower moon and the Shiba Inu dog. She also had a message about being ready at the weekend. And this was the message that connected to the dream that I had about her. So let's first start with her dream, and then we'll move on to the dream that I had about her. Okay, and so in her dream, she saw the flower moon, she saw the Shiba Inu dog. And as she's talking about this, and I'm thinking about it later, this flower moon, which I didn't know that this was happening, I only found this out through her video. This flower moon reminded me of Sister Kim's video about Japan. Why? Because the flower moon reminded me of that red circle that makes up the Japan flag. Okay, and so what was Sister Kim saying? She was saying that there's a connection between Shiba Inu, XRP, and Japan. And the numbers 35 and 53, how that the number 35 represents Shiba Inu and how the number 53 represented Ripple XRP. And so now I'm seeing how Kim and Sharon's dreams are connecting. Okay. And again, this flower moon event took place on May 23rd, which was the date, a date on my market crash timeline. Okay. And so this flower moon occurred at 9:53 p.m. Again, 53 being the number that Sister Kim has been talking about as it relates to XRP. And so when I saw that 53, I immediately thought about her video about Ripple. And so now I'm seeing how all three of us together, it's all connecting. So to Sharon's dream about the flower moon and the Shiba Inu dog, my date from the timeline as it relates to the flower moon and the event occurring at 9:53 p.m. And then finally, Sister Kim, as she has shared about Japan's connection with the number 53, 35 connected with Shiba Inu, XRP. And so it seems as if everything is just beginning to connect. And all of this at the time was pointing to what we now know as the Japan market crash. And so this is how this is beginning to connect to the August 5th / August 6th date, is because I feel as though God was pointing us in that direction. So during this same live on May 23rd, Sister Sharon had a message about being ready at the weekend. Why? Because she felt that there was confirmation to what she felt God had already been telling her, that something was going to happen, something was about to happen. For me, it was more of market crash, simply because of the particular day, May 23rd. I had this dream on May 2nd, and in this dream, Sister Sharon was asking me if I was sure that something happened. She was asking me if I was sure that this happened 2 hours ago, when the moon was out and when the trash was picked up. Are you sure this happened 2 hours ago? And when it happened, the moon was out and the trash was picked up. Well, when the moon is out, my trash is picked up. My trash is picked up on Sundays between the times of 10 p.m. and 12 a.m. If she's asking me if this had happened 2 hours ago, that means that it's about 2 o'clock a.m. If she's saying that this happened 2 hours ago, the trash was picked up and the moon was out. And so from this dream, I understood after a while that there was going to be something to happen on Sunday going into Monday. And from this video, she felt the same way. Be ready at the weekend, particularly Sunday. She had a feeling that something was going to happen or take place as it relates to the wealth transfer and all on a Sunday going into a Monday. Again, because of my May 23rd date, and this was the day she shared all of this on her live, I understood that something with a market crash was going to happen. And so moving forward to August the 5th, 2024, I woke up at 1 a.m. and I saw and had to do a screenshot of Japan. Japan just crashed the global stock market. And meet Kevin. He's great. He was reporting on this. He's very timely. And so I trust the fact that what I have as far as time is about accurate. I did a screenshot of this video about 1:10 a.m. It said it had been posted for about an hour, which is probably not exactly 1 hour, because when I finished watching the video, it said 2 hours and the video was only 20 minutes long. So I figured that this event had taken place about 11:30, between 11:30 and 12 o'clock. Again, between 10 and 12 is when my trash is picked up. This was on a Sunday, August the 4th. And so I'm seeing this dream about Sister Sharon. I'm seeing this transpire on this particular day. So this dream about Sister Sharon and the trash truck and her talking about this event that took place 2 hours ago after the trash had been picked up and of course the moon was out. What was taking place on August 5th, 2024 at 1:10 a.m. was a Japan market crash. This was the unknown event that Sister Sharon was talking about in that particular dream. And so we see that this took place on our Sunday going into a Monday. So praise God, what we were thinking was one weekend ended up being a lot more weekends later. However, this event occurred just as God had given it to me in this dream. And so thank God that he doesn't give us warning at the last minute, but he gives us time to prepare and to get in place. So I praise God for that. So going back to this flower moon again, here is where I want to share this new XRP dream that I had. So again, the flower moon reminded me of the Japan flag after I had seen Sister Kim's video. And the number 53 stuck out simply because of the time that this flower moon event occurred. And so what I didn't know at this time was that there was a connection between XRP and Japan as it related to the market crash timeline. Because again, I came to know about this flower moon on May 23rd. And because I missed it, God gave me another heads up. And this heads up came on July 25th of this year. So in this dream, I was in this van. My husband was driving. My brother and his wife were sitting across from me and my mom. And I remember my mom sitting there and everything was kind of quiet for a minute. And I remember her having her purse on her knees. And she looked around and said, well, I guess I'll buy some XRP. And I looked at her and I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, y'all did say it was 50 cents or something like that, right? And then we were like, yeah. And so as she's going in her purse, I looked out the window and I saw, for whatever reason, I understood that we were going a different direction. So I asked my husband, why are we going this way? And he said, I'm going this way because I think that they have me leaving tomorrow. And that was the end of the dream. And so, one, my mom knows nothing about XRP. She understands a little about crypto. She was so funny because she told me that when I had shared the video with Lauren and I, she said, yeah, y'all were talking about that crypto-lipto. I didn't understand none of all that. But when y'all started talking about Jesus, I was able to follow that. So when it comes to XRP, to have her saying in a dream that she wants to buy XRP, that was like, okay, yeah, I need to pay attention to this. And so also in the dream, my husband was saying that he thinks that he's leaving. They have me leaving tomorrow. Well, the they that I know is always referring to the military. And I remember rolling my eyes in his dream, like, really? And so I understood that. So now when I wake up from this dream, I am connecting the fact that XRP is going to go to 50 cents. And at the time, XRP, I think, was about 61 or 60 or 61 cents, something like that. And so now I understand that XRP is going to go down, but why? If my husband is saying they, the military, has him leaving tomorrow, then obviously this has something to do with conflict. And so I sent this dream to him at the time he was out of town doing military stuff. And so here it is moving forward from the 25th of July to the 4th of August. And now we're hearing about all of this heated conflict. And so, of course, I'm thinking about this XRP dream going to 50 cents. And so I figured that XRP going to 50 cents and what was going on with all this conflict, all this was going to be tied in to the August 6th market crash date. At this point, of course, we knew nothing about Japan. I had not realized what I understand now about the third and fourth quarter and the idea of two market crashes happening back to back like that, so close. So yeah, again, I was connecting conflict with XRP drop to 50 cents, and then that would be associated with the August 6th date on the market crash timeline. Now, XRP going to 50 cents is not a market crash. It's not a market crash. It's just a correction or whatever you want to call it. And so that should have been an indication that this going on with XRP is probably doesn't have anything to do with a market crash. But at the time, this was my thinking along the lines, because I had the August 6th date in my mind. I was praying about it. And then all this was going on with the heated conflict, and so much was being expected. So much was expected to happen during this time that there was so much uncertainty, and we saw the markets begin to move down on August the 4th. And it was about around 9 o'clock on this date that I actually saw when I actually saw XRP hit 50 cents. And so when that happened, I was like, okay, now market crash. Okay. All right. So I should be expecting it at some point. This means that we're on track for a market crash. And so I'm just kind of figuring out, okay, is something going to happen as far as that conflict that's going on over there? Like, okay, we're at 50 cents. This is my indicator right here, 50 cents. And so in a sense, my expectation that XRP was going to fall to 50 cents because of a market crash was correct in a way. But I was thinking US market crash. And then later on, we saw what happened with Japan a few hours later. And so after that happened, we saw XRP fall very low to the low 40s. And then we had that a bit of a bounce back. And for the most part, whenever I looked at XRP chart, it was kind of floating between 50 cents and 53. We'll just say that. And so technically, I was kind of on the right track as far as this 50 cent dream with XRP, but I was still kind of unsure. I should have known that if it's a market crash, XRP is going to go much lower than 50 cents. It should, because of my buy orders. But anyway, that should have been an indicator, but still there was something about it that had me connecting it to a market crash, August 6th market crash. And on the flip side, for XRP, the lawsuit is over. I shared a while back in a video on June 2nd of 2024 that God gave me a dream about XRP. XRP is getting back on track and getting ready to take off in a short period of time. Again, this was June the 2nd of this year. I saw that banks and institutions who think they know where XRP is going to go as far as the price, they are going to be put to shame. The price of XRP is going to blow the minds of banks and institutions. And so I see God is doing this just as he said in a short period of time. If you want to see details about that dream and how God brought me to this interpretation, check out this video. And in the last few minutes of this video, I want to talk about Baltimore. What was the point of knowing about Baltimore, Ohio? And so far, the only thing that I can conclude is that Baltimore, Ohio, being mentioned in my dream, brought me to the B&O Railroad, or the Baltimore, Ohio Railroad. And from there, I learned about Clarence Darrow, who received the B&O Railroad stock certificate 5 days before the very first stock market crash on October 29th. Not a coincidence that I came across this a few days before Japan's market crash. The guy in my dream that said Baltimore, Ohio, his name Clarence. This guy's name is Clarence. Moving forward, I also found out some things about B and O as it relates to monopoly. On the monopoly board, the B and O that we see is the Baltimore, Ohio Railroad, the actual one. And the guy who made the monopoly game, him and the guy who actually bought the B and O stock certificate, they have the same initials, CD. His name, Clarence Darrow. This guy's name is Charles Darrow. I don't think they're related. Same initials, same last name. The Monopoly game, we know, came out and was played during the time of the Great Depression, and the Great Depression happened after the first stock market crash on October 29th, 1929. And so there is a connection here as it relates to this railroad. I am still waiting for God to give me more understanding of this Baltimore, Ohio, as well as the individual that was in this dream. This guy was in my dream. And so as I'm relating the date of August 6th from this dream, because the guy in this dream, Bernard, his birthday is August 6th. And so now I'm thinking to myself, okay, August 6th, and then on August 4th, all this about conflict over there came up. So now we have heated conflict. But how is this guy involved with all of this, with the conflict that's going on now, the heated conflict? And how is he involved? I didn't understand how he was involved until some time later. And I found out that the place where this guy is located, they are delivering advanced air defenses to one of the individuals involved in the conflict. So this could be a possible lead as to why he was in this dream and why he was saying what he was saying. He said that the timeline is moved up and any day now. Well, we've been hearing any day now as it relates to the conflict between these two places. And so we've been hearing any day now, this is going to happen. Any day now, this is going to happen. And so the markets are bracing for the unknown as it relates to this. But also, I found out that this guy is having issues as it relates to railway networks. And all of this issue is due to sanctions. And the sanction has brought about what is an imminent collapse for their railway networks. Again, I am putting a pin in this part of the dream. As for why Baltimore, again, I have lots of things to look back on and to reflect on as it relates to the railroad companies and me being at a railroad station in my dream and all of that. There's more to this. I'm just waiting for God to show me what that is. So I'll close out here with, again, what's next on the timeline. Well, to know that, let's go back to the flower moon. This flower moon has always reminded me of the yellow and red balls from the ball pit that I saw in my second market crash dream. And on those balls, every single one of them, hundreds of balls, had the date of October 17th. Well, when I came across this flower moon, it was months after I'd had that particular dream. It was months after I'd had the yellow and red key dream. So these two colors have been kind of following the timeline. But when I saw this flower moon, I understood that I was looking at yellow and red as well as it's transitioning. This flower moon is transitioning in color. I'm seeing red and yellow. And so to me, this is confirmation for this October 17th date that I explained in this video. So for all the details of how I came to the conclusion of October 17th being a fourth quarter date, you would have to get all the details from this video. So be encouraged as we wait for this October 17th date. Again, I pray that something has been said and seen to help build our faith as we wait for this complete market crash that I feel is going to come in the fourth quarter. Like God has already said, we've seen the third quarter crash, and now we're looking forward to the fourth quarter market crash. And I feel in my heart that this crash will be for the U.S. markets and not another place. It will be the market crash among market crashes that is going to just catapult us into this wealth transfer. And so that is all that I have for this video. Until the next one, God bless. And so I hope and pray that everything that I've shared, everything that I have shared has been just faith building as we begin to see God put these things together. Again, we are still looking forward to this October 17th date now that we've moved past the August 6th date.